The purpose of the transfer panel, accessed via the conference or mission level setting, is for monitoring the transfers that are taking place in the churches and companies in your field. To access it, go to the Members menu, Transfer Panel. In this screen, we will review all the churches that have transfers in progress. We can see that they have different colors. The churches and companies that are marked in red have transfers of more than 6 months. Those in yellow have transfers of 3 to 6 months, and those in green have transfers of up to 3 months. We can also change the way the transfers are displayed. The member option will show the list of all transferring members marked with the same color configuration. By default, the filter is set to the All option, but you can uncheck this option and search, for example, for Requested by Other Church. With this filter, all transfers that are being requested by other churches will be displayed. If you click on a church and see the details of a member, you can see that this transfer is waiting to be sent. You can contact that church and check on why this transfer has not been sent yet. You can combine other filters. For example, you can add Sent Granted by Other Church. When you search, you will see all the transfers that are waiting to be sent and accepted in your field. You can search by waiting time, red, yellow, or green. Filter by yellow, you will have all the transfers that have a duration of 3 to 6 months in your conference. To better manage the churches, it is possible to filter by type of congregation, as it allows you to search, for example, only for companies. As you know, companies have steps that depend on the conference to accept or request transfers. I click on this company, and here in the details, I see there is a transfer with a pending acceptance by the conference. In this screen, I can record the acceptance of this transfer by entering the date and the vote. I click on Accept, and the transfer will be accepted by the local field. I can also sort the transfers alphabetically by church name, alphabetically by district name, or by offline churches. For example, here the churches are sorted alphabetically by district. Speaking of offline churches, you can also sort by offline churches. If I select offline churches only, the search Only Offline Churches in My Field will appear. You may be wondering, what are offline churches? Offline churches are churches that do not have a church clerk or where the clerk doesn't have computer access. You will be able to manage and respond with dates and votes on behalf of these offline congregations, and best of all, you will be able to do all of this from the conference level transfer panel. For example, here in the details we see that this is a transfer from outside ACMS, which has a pending external vote. If you already had the date and the vote, you could record this information here without having to change from the conference to the church level. And how do I make the church offline so I can access these church transfers from my conference transfer panel? Well, to do this, go to the menu Church, choose the desired church, and click on the Edit button. At the bottom of the page, you will see the Offline Church option. Click on this option to identify that this congregation is an offline church. After that, click the Save button. When you return to the transfer panel, if that congregation has any transfers, it will appear here with the available transfer options. For these offline churches, you will also see that it will be possible to start a new transfer and to send to location without ACMS. These options normally only appear at the church level, but since it has been defined as an offline church, we will have these options here on the conference screen. So, if you have an offline church, be sure to indicate it on the bottom of the church page in order to have these options. Another very important information, for example, this church has some pending transfers and I want to contact the secretary to verify and understand what the challenge is. I can click on the list of officers, and it will be possible to see the contact information of the secretary or pastor, so we can verify why the transfer is delayed or taking so long. We know that some transfers take a little longer due to the board meeting schedules or other challenges, but it is a good thing that we are aware and closely monitor these transfers so that our members can get to the desired destination as soon as possible.